Hey guys, welcome to the review of the Moto E, the phone that's been selling like hotcakes at Flipkart.com. And we're here to find out what is it about this phone that it's just selling like this. So it's got a 1.2 GHz dual-core processor along with 1 GB of RAM, which is brilliant for an entry-level smartphone. The latest Android 4.4.2 KitKat, a 5 megapixel primary or the rear-facing camera, a 4.3-inch screen with an HD resolution of 540 by 960 pixels. It's got a 1980 milliampere hour battery. And that's pretty much everything that you can imagine having in an entry-level smartphone, which is priced at just rupees 7,000. No other phone out there right now offers this configuration at this amazing price. And even after being priced at 7,000 rupees, which is pretty cheap for a smartphone like this, the device does not feel plasticky, it does not feel cheap. In fact, the build and the quality is such that it feels really premium in your hand. And I think that's what really makes it different from other smartphones out there in the same price range, which do feel cheap in hand. And I really think that it's the rubberized matte finish rear panel that gives the phone the premium look and not that cheap plasticky glossy look that most smartphones in this range offer. The rear panel feels really smooth and soft, and that kind of gives it an overall really good grip in your hand when you're using it. And even if I was to, place it on a tabletop and give it a slight push or a nudge, it's not going to slip away like most other smartphones that have a plastic back. The camera housing is slightly pushed in the rear panel so that it protects it from any scratches or any damage that might happen when you place the phone on any hard surface. The only problem I saw with the rubberized matte finish material is that it does attract a lot of fingerprints, especially if you're looking at it under yellow light. So, that's something you might be a little wary of. And it's a lot to do with the curved body, the rounded edges, the curved edges of the phone that makes it really pleasurable to hold in your hand. It feels really good and the grip is really firm. Now we all know that the Moto E is not a huge device, and what that means is that you can easily use this device using just one hand. At the back you have a 32 gigabytes microSD card slot and dual SIM slots, so you can have two SIM cards working at the same time. You have a 1980 milliampere hour battery and it is sealed, so you cannot replace it, you cannot take it out. It's this thing that kind of blocks access to battery. The Moto E comes with the latest version of Android, which is Android 4.4.2 KitKat. And of course, in future, it is going to be upgradable to the better versions as well. Now, you've got all Google apps that you can possibly imagine. You've got Google Maps, Gmail, Hangouts, Google Music, YouTube, and so on and so forth. In addition to this, the Moto E also comes with Quick Office, which you can use to open Word files or Excels or PowerPoints. There's an inbuilt radio as well, so you can tune to your favorite station if you wanted to. And of course, you've got Chrome, the inbuilt web browser. Now, there are also a bunch of widgets that you can place onto your home screen. These widgets are really handy and they give quick information to you right on your home screen without even entering an application. The Moto E has a 4.3-inch display with a resolution of 540 pixels by 960 pixels, and that's HD resolution, so you can play 720p videos. The screen is actually Corning Gorilla Glass 3, which is really tough and a surprise to see on a budget smartphone. The colors are quite nice and nothing that you can really complain about. They're punchy and I really like them. Just that the display is probably not as bright enough as you might want it, but again guys, it's just a 7,000 rupee phone. And just like Siri on iPhone or S-Voice on the Galaxy smartphones, there is Google now on Moto E. So if I was to say, who is the President of America, it would simply tell me the answer. And if I were to ask, how tall is he? Right after that question, it would remember that it was about Barack Obama. And, it'll just give me the answer. I can do other stuff like, set reminders or, something like, please remind me to, give my friend a call. And it'll set that reminder for me. And using my voice, I can even set alarms, I can set a timer for 10 minutes, I can even ask Google now to open an app for me. The Moto E comes with an app called Assist, so if you're say in a meeting or if you're sleeping, you can turn your phone silent for a particular duration and still allow certain people to contact you, well, because they're urgent or those could be emergency calls. And I guess this is pretty handy. There's an inbuilt FM player, so if you plugged in your earphones, you could switch to your favorite station, you can save as many stations as you want and hear them whenever. From a performance standpoint, the device comes with a dual-core processor and 1 GB RAM. Now that 1 GB RAM is a big deal for an entry-level smartphone. The device is capable of playing HD games such as the Asphalt 8 that I'll just demonstrate. The performance of the device is comparable to phones such as the HTC One X, the Atrix 4G, and even the Galaxy Tab. The phone reacts very instantly to touch responses. You can, open and close apps very quickly. Now, this is an example of me playing Asphalt 8, which is an HD game. And as you can see that the game is playing absolutely smoothly. There is no frame lag, there is no delay, there is just no frame stuttering or skipping of frames. It's going in one flow and just no problems at all. The great part is that this is an HD screen, so HD gameplay is also quite fabulous. And again, guys, it's just an entry-level smartphone. It's only for $7,000 and you're still getting to play HD games with brilliant performance and no lag. I think that's quite brilliant. Even when it comes to scrolling or pinching and zooming, a bunch of stuff that you want to do while web browsing, there's absolutely no hassle. So again, the 1.2 gigahertz dual-core processor along with 1 GB of RAM is doing everything it can to serve you, to deliver you an amazing user experience. The only one aspect of the entire phone where they've compromised performance is the camera. The Moto E comes with a 5 megapixel camera without flash, without focus. So it's a fixed focus camera and you just tap the screen and it takes a picture. There are a bunch of settings that you can play with. There's geotagging, panorama, HDR. But again, it does not take brilliant pictures, just about okay pictures to be uploaded on Facebook or Instagram, but nothing hi-fi. You're not going to be able to take very high definition pictures. The camera can shoot 480p videos. So that's, again, not HD. There is a video sample, so you can check that out. But guys, if you wanted a camera smartphone, this is not the phone that you should buy. There is absolutely no way that you can take any photographs in the night or in the dark, and the pictures that are still taken in bright sunlight are just about okay. Just wanted to throw some light on the messaging app. The keyboard, actually, you can just swipe over letters to create words, and that's brilliant. So basically, there's an app called Swipe that you can also download, but this comes preloaded with Google Keyboard. It's called Continuous Input or something of that sort. And, just hover your finger over letters, and you can just form the word. And trust me, guys, your typing speed's gonna go high. So that's it about the Moto E. It's a brilliant budget smartphone, definitely a feature phone killer. If you're looking for a first-time smartphone, this is the phone to buy. Not great in photography, but everything else, it's superb. Thank you, guys.